The 2025 Polaris RZR Pro S is the second gnarliest side-by-side in Polaris's sport lineup. It's a 181 horsepower turbocharged beast that is aimed at the high deserts of the western United States. It's available with electronic suspension, fantastic infotainment, and it rolls on 32-inch tires right out of the factory. It's also a Nepo baby. That's right, just like Jack Quaid, Dakota Johnson, Robert Downey Jr., and George Clooney, the Polaris RZR Pro S would be nowhere without its famous parents. The Polaris Ranger RZR invented the sport side-by-side segment when it debuted in 2007 as a 2008 model. Magazines were immediately smitten with the new Polaris with its heady 10 inches of ground clearance, 55 horsepower from an 800cc parallel twin, and a $10,000 sticker price. Off-roaders had been taking the likes of the Yamaha Viking and the Kawasaki Mule out to Glamis for years and ripping around, but in one fell swoop, Polaris put all those tottering utility machines out to pasture. We all knew from bombing around in our dad's John Deere Gator or our uncle's Yamaha Rhino that side-by-sides were hilarious fun, but Polaris took that fun and crystallized it into a new market segment. And the Ranger RZR spawned copycats from Can-Am, from Yamaha, from Kawasaki, and eventually Honda, but Polaris will always have been the first. In 2011, Polaris upped the sports side-by-side ante again, adding an 88 horsepower 900cc parallel twin to the RZR. By this time, the RZR had dropped the Ranger moniker and was its own model entirely, and the new mill meant that it was now capable of north of 70 miles an hour. And to match the increase in horsepower and top speed, Polaris had added a multi-link rear suspension. If the 07 Ranger RZR was just a sped-up version of the Ranger, the 2011 Polaris RZR was something else entirely. But the best was yet to arrive, as you all know. In 2014, Polaris released the RZR XP 1000, which was the first RZR to surpass the 100 horsepower mark. That power came from a 1-liter version of the parallel twin, and for us, the 2014 RZR XP 1000 is where sport side-by-sides really got going in earnest. Because with 100 horsepower out of the RZR, actual suspension, and the beginnings of real racing prowess, side-by-sides weren't just roid rage golf carts anymore. In the history of UTVs up to that point, there had only been a few real watershed moments, and now Polaris owned 2 of them. Arguably, those were 2 of the biggest changes in the industry. Polaris wasn't done. Not by a long shot. Because by 2016, the RZR needed a little bit of a boost, and Polaris found that by strapping a turbo to it. This created the Polaris RZR XP 1000 Turbo. The RZR XP 1000 Turbo got 144 horsepower in its first guise, thanks to some boost pushed into that famous parallel twin. And the best part was that weight was more or less the same as the naturally aspirated version, meaning that this new RZR was something of an animal. And it was to put Polaris on top of its nearest competitor, the Canadian competition at Can-Am. You see, Can-Am had beaten Polaris to the turbo game in 2014 when they released the Maverick XDS Turbo, which put out 121 horsepower. And by 2016, Can-Am had bumped the XDS up to 131 ponies. That was starting to make the RZR, with roundabout 100 horsepower, look a little old and a little anemic. So something had to be done. And what Polaris did with the RZR XP 1000 Turbo, for us, is the beginning of the horsepower arms race between the 2 cross-border competitors. And even though Polaris owned maybe the single biggest accomplishment in the industry to date by founding the sports side-by-side movement, Can-Am now was bound and determined to knock Polaris off the top of the mountain. And with the introduction in 2017 of the lower, sleeker, wider Maverick X3, Can-Am showed that they really weren't going to let Polaris rest. The new Can-Am was more purposeful and racy, and it looked more intense than side-by-sides had up to that point, and it demanded a big response. That response took a little while to get going. You see, in 2018 and 2019, the RZRs stayed more or less the same, but the biggest change came in 2020 when Polaris shocked the world again, releasing the 2020 Polaris RZR Pro XP. The Pro XP was an all-new machine with new bodywork, aggressive new styling, and riding on an entirely new platform, and it also carried the most horsepower Polaris had ever stuffed into a side-by-side. This was the introduction of Polaris's 925cc turbocharged ProStar parallel twin that pumped out 181 horsepower. This is the same mill we get today in the Pro S and the current Pro XP. Now, even with all those ponies, it wasn't quite a match for the Can-Am X3's horsepower, but the 2020 Pro XP was just the beginning. By 2020, when the Pro XP debuted, the RZR XP Turbo lineup was starting to get really long in the tooth. It was high time for something new and even higher performance to take its place. And with the Pro XP in the lineup, we all knew that this new platform wasn't where Polaris was going to start, and we knew something huge was coming, something that was going to once and for all put Can-Am in its place. But what we didn't know was that Polaris was about to reset the industry yet again. By late 2021, we had heard plenty of rumblings that something big was coming from Polaris. We didn't have to wait long to find out. In May of 2022, Polaris dropped a bomb when it released the Polaris RZR Pro R, a 4-cylinder, 2-liter, 225 horsepower halo side-by-side that was something unlike anything the market had ever seen. With all that power, the first ever 4-cylinder in a side-by-side, and by far the biggest engine a side-by-side had ever had, the Pro R hit the market like a bullet into a bowl of jello. Before May of 2022, side-by-sides were 1-liter, 2- or 3-cylinder, sometimes turbocharged with big suspension. But at the end of the day, they still kind of felt like toys. But the 2022 Polaris RZR Pro R and its little brother, the Polaris RZR Turbo R, felt like an entirely new class of vehicle. Even though they shared the platform with the RZR Pro XP, they were longer, they were wider, they had more sophisticated suspension, and they felt like you could go out and win a score race right off the showroom floor. They were faster, they were more capable, they had sharper handling than anything you could buy, and the Pro R had nigh on 50 more horsepower than the Pro XP or the Turbo R. It was insane. At the time, it was mind-blowing, and it's still impressive today. The Pro R was a new class of expensive too, with options that could push the MSRP well past the $40,000 mark. We were no longer mistaking side-by-sides for cheap alternatives to trucks. But even at $44,999 for a top-spec 2022 Pro R, you still got a raft of features that you couldn't get on any street vehicle. To start with, the Pro R was and still is available with Polaris's then new Dynamics DV electronic suspension. The system has 4 built-in compression and rebound settings that control a set of Fox Live Valve 3.0 internal bypass shocks. And there's a little red button on the steering wheel to set the whole system to full stiff for 10 seconds if you get into a nasty whoop section or find an unexpected G-out. That's all super impressive to this day, but 3 years ago it was nothing short of revolutionary. Then there was the handling itself. The Pro R was extremely stable, neutral, and linear. That's thanks to 2 things. 1, its perfect 50-50 weight distribution, and 2, its wheelbase, which is stretched a little bit longer than the Turbo R and the Pro XP to give it stable desert handling. It's stable, it's sharp, it's predictable, it will let you slide the thing everywhere, but what's even more surprising than that is just how approachable the Pro R is. While a lot of super high performance machines demand laser focus and a skilled hand, the Pro R is incredibly easy to drive fast. You see, Polaris chose to use a CVT in the Pro R, which means that anyone from a desert racing professional to a first-time UTV driver can jump in and feel comfortable right away. And even though the Pro R is effectively a desert racer you can buy at your local power sports dealer, Polaris elected to sell a 4-seat version right from the get-go. You know, so you can take grandma and the kids on your next pre-run. But of course, the Canadian competition was hot on Polaris's heels, and in 2023 they released the Can-Am Maverick R, complete with a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission as its party piece. The big 240 horsepower Can-Am is a much sharper tool than the Pro R, but it is not nearly as approachable. So with 2 weapons-grade sport side-by-sides on the market that commanded north of $40,000 and carried more speed off the showroom floor than any mortal person could possibly use, was that it for sport side-by-sides? I mean, were we done? Is that the top of the market? Not hardly. In 2023, Polaris showed off the RZR Pro R Factory, concurrent with the announcement of its in-house racing team, Polaris Factory Racing. In 2023 and 2024, Polaris Factory Racing went out and ran roughshod over the competition. They won 2 score championships, 2 Baja 1000s, and then they went to this little race in Saudi Arabia called the Dakar Rally, and they won that 2 years in a row. But apparently, even with all those victories, it wasn't enough and Polaris wasn't done. Earlier this year, Polaris dropped yet another bombshell when they announced that the Polaris RZR Pro R Factory will be available for sale to the public. I'll say that again. The 2025 Polaris RZR Pro R Factory is available for sale to the general public. You can go to Polaris, and if you've got enough money and you're patient enough, they will sell you a score desert racing ready rig right out of the factory. Not only was Polaris Factory Racing the first ever in-house racing effort in the side-by-side market, Polaris just became the first ever side-by-side manufacturer to offer for sale an honest-to-goodness race car. There are a couple of catches. One, they're only going to build 30 this year, and from next year on, they will all be made to order. And 2, they start at $140,000. So if you want a factory racing rig, you had better have deep pockets and be really serious. But for that $140,000, you get a 255 horsepower rig that you can go out and compete in a score championship in without making any changes. The rig comes with helmet pumpers, communication systems, navigation, and if you open your wallet a little wider, Polaris will sell you a set of spares to go with it. So here we are. 18 years after the debut of the Polaris Ranger RZR, Polaris has reset the category yet again with the introduction of the Pro R Factory for sale to the general public. Listen, there are a ton of sport side-by-sides out there, and there are a bunch of sport side-by-sides that will go faster than a stock RZR. But there is no debate. Polaris was and always will be first to the party, and they're almost always the first to innovate. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to learn more about Polaris, head to utvdriver.com, where we've got news, reviews, and buyer's guides 5 days a week. And then check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave us a comment. We want to hear from you. We will see you later.